Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at John chapter 5. John 5, it contains miracles. Jesus performing a miracle that sets off a theological earthquake. It begins by the pool of Bethesda in Jerusalem. This is the place that was surrounded by people waiting to be healed. There were sick ones, there were blind ones, there were paralyzed ones, and one man in particular had been there for 38 years. Now think about that for a minute. Nearly 4 decades of waiting for change, sitting in the same pain, watching hope just pass you by. Then Jesus shows up. He asks the man, "Do you want to be healed?" It's actually a very simple question, but it is so deep and so piercing that it changes the entire story. The man doesn't answer directly because, quite frankly, I don't know if he can. He explains why he can't be healed. He's making excuses. No one helps him. Others get there first. He's stuck in despair, right? So here's a question, right? When you and I are in the middle of some of the turmoil and stress of our lives, maybe we need to ask ourselves, do we want to be well? Do you really want to change? Because if you think about this man who was taken care of for 38 years of his life. People cooked for him. They cleaned him. They carried him down to the pool. He could sit and beg for money. He didn't have to do anything. And if he's healed, his entire life changes. Do you want to be well? Sometimes I think we wallow in our sorrows to the point where we don't want to be well. Anyway, so Jesus simply looks at the man after he makes all the excuses, and he says, "Get up, take your bed, and walk." Immediately, the man is healed. No magic words, no rituals, just the command of the Son of God, and life surges back into his broken legs, and he's well. But here's the twist, right? Jesus does this on the Sabbath. Remember the last time we were together, the whole man was not made for the Sabbath, but the Sabbath for man deal? The religious leaders see the man carrying his mat, and they accuse him of breaking the law. Instead of rejoicing that God's power was revealed, they're angry that their rules, air quotes there, weren't followed. When Jesus is confronted, he answers, "My Father is working until now, and I am working." That statement lights a fire. John tells the leaders who sought to kill him, not just because he broke the Sabbath, but because he called God his own Father, making himself equal to God. But Jesus doesn't even back down there. He explains that he and the Father are not rivals, but they're perfectly united. In other words, Jesus is not a rogue miracle worker claiming God's power. He is the visible expression of the invisible God. The will of the Father and the work of the Son are one thing. Then Jesus goes even deeper, and he claims authority over life and judgment. This is truly a powerhouse chapter that you need to dig in on your own. That's it for today, friends. Be well.